What's up, people? Good morning. How is everybody out there? That's really what I want to say. So, the video today's, I see too many people stressed out, hyper, running around with their heads cut off. And although it doesn't bother me, it's just, I always say to myself, why do people do that to themselves? There's a whole process of things that you can do. And the name of today's video is Living a Good Life on the Cheap with Less Stress and Less Worry. Why is that so problematic with some people? I don't know. But number one, at 50 something years old, all right, you should have, webs. You should have, if you're not where you really want to be in life yet, I look at it, there's so many takes on this, it isn't funny. At 50 something years old, if you aren't where you are, where you thought you'd be, there's probably a reason. Now, number one, now don't get drawn into this, accept where you are in life. No matter what you're doing, whether you're a busboy, a garbage guy, a waiter, a ditch digger, pest control, it doesn't matter. Just accept where you are. Accept it. This is where I am right now in life. And then you can build on it. If you want to improve in certain areas, you find time after work, night classes. If you want to get healthier, like I said, I used to be into the bodybuilding. I went to the gym. Now it's just not feasible for me. I got lucky. I got an extra room that I have some small equipment there. But you don't even need that. Get some dumbbells. They make it so easy right now. They make kettlebells, they make dumbbells. You don't need a ton of stuff. They make like dumbbells that are all in one, and you can just take the weight off, but it's still all in one. It gets smaller, less footprint. There is no excuse to what you want to accomplish in today's world. That's the way I think. So, living on the cheap. Not only are you accepting where you are in life, make the best of it. Don't come home stressed out, worrisome. You can't change anything meaningful overnight. It just takes time. A few for instances. Now, I'm only using what I use as a for instance because it works for me, and hopefully you can find little tips and trinkets and little ways that you can find. If you will need anything, give me a call. Not give me a call, but send me a comment. I myself, you probably heard it before, but I can hop on it because this is one of my life staples. I like to make my life run smoother, faster, more convenient, less in the way, less headaches, less stressful, all the little words that you can pick, but it's true. Number one, you come in the day, and it's all stupid things. You just got to think about this stuff. You come in after a day's work, you got those people that just take off their coat and throw it down. So you walk over it and you go whatever. You go wherever your next project in life is going to be, to the kitchen table or the bathroom, whatever. But the problem is everything has a place. Meaning that coat that you threw on the ground, that's problem number one. And it's just one of the things that's going to teach you how to live your life better. Find a place for a hook, or find a table for now. Something to get it so you're not going to run right into it again. See, one bad habit you do, placing it on the ground, you're going to come in contact with that again. It's going to aggravate you. It's going to put you in a worse mood. It's going to slow your ass down. It's all types of things. If you came in the door, keys go someplace, hat goes someplace, jacket goes someplace, back to everything has a place in life. And it's also true, if you have something kicking around that you don't use but you keep tripping over, do you really need it in your life? You can only shove so much stuff into a closet. I'm looking at my closet, and by all means, I am not perfect at all. There's always, you have any type of structure, a house, an apartment, a shed, anything you want to live in. Yes, I said shed. And anything. You have to keep it to a point organized because, it's going to catch up to you sooner or later. Now, living stress-free is all attitude, I think. It's how you view the world. Some people get pissed off at certain things, and I look at them and go, why? Why are you getting pissed off? Then you got the people, it cuts that right off there. You got the people that go, yeah, you're right. Then you got the people that say, go away, I'm in a bad mood. Those type of people, if you're one of them, you need some help. Now, I'm not saying psychological help. I'm just saying you need to slow down. If you want to change your life for the better, little increments along the way make for a better life. And if you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. Run your life into the ground. I don't care. I want to hear the story, but I don't care. But, again, using me. Yep. I get a little organized chaos doing around. The hat could go someplace. The solar panels could go someplace. That's a spring project. Everything else is pretty good. Yeah, I got a couple. The desk here isn't as nice as I'd want it and organized. But there are thousands of projects working on that. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Work in progress. It really, 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 really is. So, I just say, you got to start working on it. That's all there is to it. You have to, so, what I can tell anybody out there, you walk in your house, you unlock the door, you close the door. The very next thing that bugs you, that's what the first thing you should work on. So if you bump into something in the dark and you're like, oh, good Lord, whatever you bumped into shouldn't be there. There should be a smooth path that leads you to your kitchen or living room, wherever you're headed next. But problem number one is, what did you bump into and how are you going to fix it? Now, what most people don't want to take the time to do is sit down at your table, at your desk, wherever, and work out that problem. See, the other thing is, when you start to learn to work out that problem, it becomes easier for other problems to be worked on because you started and you are creating a problem-solving method. Whether it's just sitting down with a pad of paper, and I'm a big fan of, if you look at your house, you say you're inside a room and this wall is a mess, and you just can't figure it out. Get up, I know it sounds silly, move over there, sit down in a different spot. So you get a totally different view of life, but it's the same room. And you see things from a little bit different angle. Then start thinking, what do I want with this section? What do I want this section to be? And then you say, what's in the way of me accomplishing that dream for this section? Now, you can't see it. I have a box for these things that have to go back in for the spring. So the solar box is in my way here. And I also have a blanket. I have tons of extra blankets from my mom. I just haven't got around to getting rid of them again. But they're tucked in a corner. And I don't know. But that's just a for instance. Then on top of that, I have a shelf that I took down that I didn't want. I think it was here when I was redoing all this. That's just sitting there. And I go, it's easy to tuck things away. But then again, when you want to accomplish it at your right time. And this, I'm not talking about stuff that it's out of my way. I'm not running into it. I'm not hitting it. I'm not bumping into it. Nothing. But it's always there saying, don't forget about me, Phil. But let's talk about the trash barrel or the end table that needs to be moved to run life smooth. Again, living on the cheap, do you really need the Cadillac Escalade? You have to be honest with yourself. And this is just a metaphor of, if that's the right word. I know someone said I need a not a library. What is it? A dictionary. Yes, I do. But do I need the Cadillac Escalade? And it depends. By all means, enjoy it in your 20s and 30s and maybe 40s. When you get into your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you should be old enough and mature enough to say, you know, I don't need all that room. Your taste change. Like, for instance, I've had Cadillacs, Lincolns, town cars, all that stuff. Great, it got out of my system. Now, it's about, I want the best gas mileage because it fits into my life. But, like when I had my Prius, I got just the LE because that's where I was kind of cornered into. I needed a car. That's all they had. So I got rid of the LE and I got a Civic full touring sport, all the bells and whistles. That's what I wanted. Now, the takeaway was there's two things I should have got that I didn't get, but I'm settling. I didn't get the hatch. It would have been easier with trash day. I got the trunk because it looked better. I love all the touring stuff because you got heated this, heated that, power this, power that. Great stereo, sunroof. I love all that because I spend a lot of time in my car. Now, you have to decide for yourself. For me, the lack of MPG. I was getting like 70 miles per gallon in my Prius, only getting 41 in my Civic. Even though it bugs me, I live with it because I say, you know, I'm comfortable. I got more toys. It's not a better car, it's a newer car. I get a kind of new lease on life type of thing, new miles to rack up, all that kind of stuff. To me, it's a shift on the side, but forward, and I'm fine with that. Again, just a for instance on one little subject in life. And I have lots of subjects, trust me. That's why I'm on here and I'm yakking away. But I don't want to run the video too long. This is a huge subject for me. You just have to, basically it's this. The older you get, the easier you make your life, the less stressful it will be. Like I said, I can't stand to see people stressed out. And you want to help them. I think I have a lot of good ideas. Number one, a lot of people aren't accepting of ideas. They're just not ready to change. And we all know them. And those are the people you go, I'm done. I can't, no more. Good luck. Good luck to you in your life. And then you get the people that want to hear what you have to say. And then I say to them, listen, I don't mind yakking at you, talking to you. I'm going to hit you with a lot of information. Take what you want. Ask me again 2 or 3 times. I'll be glad to help you. Make life as you get older summed up like this. make it less stressful, less worry, less problematic. You have to rethink and reshape the way you use your mind, the way you look at the world. I know Norm will tell me a couple other things that I've probably forgotten, and always welcome Norm's comment. Norm always writes me a small book in the comments, and I love that. So any of you people out there that want to get a little bit of Norm's knowledge, check out his comments every time he leaves, because it's usually extra long and full of substance. Because the man has lived a different life than me, but he's got plenty of knowledge that I always listen to. Thanks for commenting, Norm. And guys, live your life the way you want, but remember, you made your bed. You got to sleep in it. Good luck.